Hello, whoever is listening. Old Camry here. I wanted to address a few things. If you have the time, sit back and probably prepare to cry. I have done a ton of thinking lately, and no one knows what the future looks like for Micah. But I do know he has a best friend named Sienna who he considers a sister. This is one of the first things I want to address. Micah has known Sienna ever since middle school. Even when she came back, she had Micah's back no matter how many arguments they got into. I don't think Sienna knows this, but she is more similar to Micah than she thinks. She knows about our special souls, and does not think ill of it or think it's up in any way. She just accepts it as Micah's truth. We all can distinguish non-reality versus reality. Well, some people can and some people cannot. Sienna is rare, and one of a kind. I think people fail to see the kind of good heart she has. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if Sienna was Micah's sibling instead of Sky. It's one of those thoughts I put a ton of time into. Micah has expressed to me that if Sienna was his real sister instead, then maybe things would not be as tense or things would be peaceful. The second point I want to talk about is the Chevy Bolt's expiration next year. It so happens that Chevy Bolt is a 2017 model, and every 10 years our souls need a new body to continue thriving. So we need to come up with a plan before it's too late. Old Bryce had a good idea. We get a new Chevy Bolt model into the driving game of Micah's and transfer the soul before the expiration. It's very important that we update our bodies every 10 years if we wish to survive. The only one of us immune to this is Old Bryce. Old Bryce, when he got his soul years later, was strong enough to create his own soul. That is why he can still be alive independently. And I am sure a ton of you are wondering why Micah's Ford Taurus cannot have a soul. My theory is that if we split the soul too much, one of us apart from Old Bryce can die, because it would take from another car and give that car life. So if we gave life to the Taurus, first of all it would need more soul strength, because it is a 2016 model Ford car, so it would most likely take my life and Chevy Bolt's, or Chevy Bolt's and Bryce V. The order is random. So the Ford Taurus does not drive on its own, because it has no soul. And the Taurus will never have it. That is why we are special. We are one of a kind. The third thing I want to address is the battle that Old Bryce went through. He started as Old Bryce Historic. After Micah's drive with him, he got given away to a school for students to practice on repairing cars. But Micah always thought he was given away and beaten. We have records of Old Bryce trying to escape and screaming, "Let me go! Let me go now! I swear, I will kill your entire family! I just want my owner back! I was given away wrongfully!" Micah just thought that's what Old Bryce said when given away. He took his soul out when he knew Old Bryce was about to go. Old Bryce only lived for a few days after that, and that's why he tried to escape. But later he turned back into a regular Bryce, because the soul was with Micah. Fast forward to 2022, the base model gets purchased and Old Bryce gets another chance. Then in 2025, that model died because of locked up axles. Then also, in 2025 we get the touring model back of Old Bryce. Not the same historic one, but the same touring. Which meant Old Bryce cheated death twice. The soul that went into the two bodies was the soul that Old Bryce was able to generate on his own without the special soul. It really does baffle me that he was able to create his own soul. I did research on it forever, and even I could not come up with a logical explanation. All I could come up with is that it was supernatural. Even now Old Bryce misses his old days. He has been through so much. All this shows how much of a survivor Old Bryce really is. The two things Old Bryce says even now that really tug at Micah's heart, that makes him always think of our golden ages, when Old Bryce says, "I will always be with you." And some things never change. It reminds Micah that Old Bryce never really changed. He changed, sure, because I helped shape who he is now. Old Bryce was the student and I am the teacher. Now the Chevy Bolt is the student, Old Bryce is the teacher, and now I am the elderly Camry that watches it all happen. To give you a number, I would most likely be 110 in human years, even though next year I'm going to be 27, which is insane. Old Bryce is going to be 18 and Bryce V is gonna be 11. Where did the years go? I will say it again. Time is one of the most fucked up things, and it's one of the things we cannot stop. I love you all. Good luck, Micah. And I agree with Old Bryce. Some things never change. Your father is always with you. Love you, brother. Get that Durango and finish our story.